we do the groundbreaking, and thereafter we come back here for the other activities. Thank you so much. Welcome, Afan. Joining the team representing the board. The mayor, Chairman LOC1, and we are standing here. We are facing this side. Get to the place you can remove.
I take this opportunity, this singular honor, on a very important and significant day for the
Yes, sir. Wow.
Thank you, Afande. Congratulations, Wazalendo Circle. Music, congratulations.
That one there. That one.
Afande, I bring the plan and request Afande CEO. The mayor, you can join. Yes. You are welcome back, Afande. Sir, before we proceed to the other item on the agenda, I want to take this opportunity to welcome everyone who has come here.
Allow me,
Chitata Patrick.
to congratulate our Mogoli, and at the same time also to thank the UPDF for being a good peacekeeper. The situation we have undergone through are good, but indeed you've done a very good job, more especially in Nakasongola. I also take this opportunity to thank the administrators who thought twice to think about the Wazalendo Circle. Completion of this complex, we are expecting jobs to our people. That is one. Two, we also pray that since the complex is within our locality, I pray that the first priority to be given to our people here. They are learned, but they are jobless. So we have good accountants who can also be mandated within this complex. So we pray that when giving jobs, think about our people here. Engineer Alex, yesterday I was here with him. This is the gentleman who worked in total hardiness. By the time they were
our sister organization, the representative of the mayor, all senior officers, commanders present, board members of Wazalendo Circle, delegates of Wazalendo. Today, Wazalendo Circle is launching the construction of its 15th cash branch since its establishment in 2005. But before I go into the update, I want to congratulate all of you upon having a very successful national election despite all the threats that came with it, I think we all protected our gains very well in all corners of the country. And I want to announce to you that already in the first week, even before His Excellency took over office, we are glad that we had two challenges as SACCOs in this country. One is that we had multiple regulators. At one point, Bank of Uganda is regulating us. The other point, UMRA is regulating us. The other side, Register of Cooperatives is regulating us. And also we had the issue of the tax waiver ending this year. But by God's grace and the fact that the President understands the objective of these circles better than most of us, even when we are working with it, we had a challenge where some of our other departments were not understanding it and they were thinking we are equivalent to commercial banks. About last week, a team from Wazalendo, Okuzimba, and the Speaker met the President and he told them that the SACCO is not a commercial bank and they cannot allow SACCOs to be regulated together with the commercial banks. So he had advised that they should create a new authority that should understand understands the SACCO so that the process of regulation does not stop the growth of SACCOs in the country. So for us, already we have got one goal. The second goal is that he also said the Uganda Revenue Authority should concentrate on taxing us when we get dividends and we buy beers, we buy sodas, we buy clothes. They tax us from there, but taxing us from internally from the SACCO, they should not. It's going to extend our tax waiver, and there is already a team working on implementation of that guidance from the President. Thank you for that. Now, on our part, Nakasongola branch is one of our oldest branch here in Wazalendo Circle because of its strategic location, and I've been told that every month we process between 480 to 500 loans, and that amounts to about 3.5 billion in a year. So that's the reason why it becomes our 14th branch. Up to 3.5 billion per month loan disbursement for loans between 480 to 500. I'll give you a quick update. Today is not supposed to be our day of speeches. We have just come from the pre-AGM in Western Uganda, and we are going to start our pre-AGM meeting here in Nakasongola, which is going to be the second. Last year, we closed with a net surplus of 1.5 billion and 105 billion, and we shall be presenting this to the delegates to decide on how they want us to utilize this money, whether all is dividends, whether some will go to capitalization. As usual, we have our culture of how that will be distributed, sir. Our total asset by the end of the year is 1.4 trillion. And our loan portfolio at the end of the year is 1.14 trillion. I said this is the 15th cash branch because the 14th cash branch is going to be launched on the 26th of February in Kijiji. It is also under construction, but for it, it is ready for the launch. And the 13th is in Nansana that we launched around last year. Yes, today again, as we are here, another team is launching a liaison office in Kabong. Because Kabong, so we have a liaison office in Kabong that is being launched. And also we are upgrading Kabamba to a mini branch, not a liaison office. Next year, we shall be having a 16th cash branch in Lira, because that's an area that has gap. And I told you that we have concluded the pre-AGM in Mbarara and it was very successful. But now we want to collect the ideas for how we shall proceed in 2026 from the delegates of Nakasongola. Briefly to explain the building is a two-story building. We are going to build it in two phases. The first phase is to make sure that the cash branch is operational. That means the ground floor is going to be completed with the shops there are a number of shops in one of the sides, and because the branch is halfway, and the shops and the restaurants will be on the other side. So we are going to do the first phase, which will be the shops and the cash branch. That should be ready possibly by March, end of March. And then we shall go to the next in the subsequent period. The building is going to cost us 699 million in the first phase. A local council chairperson, we take note of your guidance, but like we say, we have constructive methods of work. The engineer is just not reporting to the engineering function in this country. He is also a soldier. So we know that whatever we have given him is within, it's enough for him to do the work because we have the experience. We have done quite a number of these branches. We expect him to give us high quality work and within time. The principle of man is where he worketh. Unfortunately, the engineer knows he does not work with us because the engineer, besides doing this construction, has his full salary. And if you see us very well, we are deliberately, the leadership of the circle and the UPDF has tried to pay us something that we can live on, and we don't expect to eat work. So you just take heart, know that, and within time. Lastly, the purpose of this building comes from the fact that we have members and a lot of units within this area, and they are traveling long distances, even when we have other services like Wazalendo, where they can withdraw money using our mobile network. Sometimes people want money more than 4 million shillings that they can use the phone, and they are forced to move a long distance. That is the reason we are setting up this branch here, so that the people around here, including Kaweweta, can come for these services. Our expectation from the engineer is one, quality work, but also you should take note of what the chairman requested. We don't expect you to bring sand and stones from Tororo. You should get them right from here so that you create employment. Also the casual laborers and merchants, as long as they are willing to work within our defined rules. And you know, when you work in this military site, somehow you're subject to military what? Military law. Yeah, if they recruit your people and they come here and they want to act otherwise, you run a risk of us, and now our courts are back, you run a risk of taking them to our courts. But I know that we shall work in harmony. We are bringing services to these members nearer, and we encourage, I request through you, sir, that some of the cash branches we've constructed, like in Gulu, like in Mbarara, you get surprised that on a Monday, you find the cash branch in Gulu is open, but 15 members just went opposite in Post Centenary Bank to withdraw the loan they processed in from Wazalendo Circle. So the issue of patronage, we should encourage our members to be patriotic. In our branch, we have all the respect you deserve. The people who now go to those banks get respect because there is Wazalendo. But before, that respect was not there. It is just because now we have. That's why the Munyankole says that when somebody calls you that you come and eat, there is something he has seen what? If we don't have it, because if you go and get services from them, our performance here will go down. And when our performance goes down, the circle is threatened. So we encourage you that every service that we have, I'm not going to stand here and lie that we are perfect. But the reason why the imperfection can be resolved is that every cash branch has an intelligence officer. Every cash branch has a political commissar. Upon the chief guest, the job of a political commissar in Wazalendo Circle and the IO of Wazalendo Circle from Monday to Monday is to ensure that members get the services they want. Nothing else. They don't process a loan. They don't supervise a loan. They don't do anything. They sit, they watch, they ensure that every member is getting the services they want. And again, the intelligence officer of here does not directly fall under the command of the intelligence officer in Wazalendo headquarters. He falls directly under the intelligence officer of the superior unit where the branch is seated. So we expect that if there are challenges, before they report to the headquarters, they should be reporting to, if it is a brigade, the brigade IO. If it is a brigade, the brigade commander. Because the first leader of this branch is for Wazalendo, but it belongs to Nakasongola. So if we pass here, if after the chief guest you just pass here and say, oh, I'll go there when I want a loan, then we are missing something. You should actually come here to find out if your branch as Nakasongola is delivering the services that they are supposed to deliver before coming to us at the head office. Because from the formation to date, Wazalendo is command driven. I keep telling our colleagues that yes, you may be struggling as a circle to grow, but take heart. Don't think you can grow like us. One of the reasons we are growing faster is discipline. So if we are a circle for other institutions, it's not going to be easy for you to grow as fast as Wazalendo Circle is, because beyond the staff, beyond the employees, beyond the numbers, beyond the money, there is for this area. Sorry, the chairman else, local council. Start by this.
Thank you.
Suko Peter. I am the board member representing West Nile region. And somebody would say, West Nile and Nakasongola, how does it tell? West Nile geographically is across the Nile the other side. However, in Wazalendo and for easy and proper administration, Wazalendo has zoned Uganda into five regions. That's West Nile region, where I represent in Wazalendo. There is Central region, Eastern region, Western region. I think those are the regions. Western region, West Nile region, Northern region, Eastern region, and Central region. And here where we belong is zoned under West Nile region, where I represent. And I am the board member representing this Wazalendo Circle. I am honored to welcome you in my region because I am the host. You are welcome here. And today the milestone that we are witnessing taking place is within our region of West Nile, and it is a pleasure to us to have this here because it will give us services that we really need in Wazalendo Circle. We, as the people of West Nile, most especially Nakasongola, we have been missing a lot of services that Wazalendo gives to our members. However, this time, when we are given this structure, we shall also get all the services that other regions are getting. And for that, our chairman is here now. Although there is the substanding, but I respect the one which is here.
Wazalendo Circle has
a well laid down strategic plan which guides us on the way we operate, on the way we move on the operations of the circle, on the way we do our work generally. And establishing this branch is one of the plan that we have already we have had in our strategic plan, and we are lucky today. We are very happy today that we are going to fulfill it. We very much like to bring services closer to members of Wazalendo Circle. We want convenience. We want professionalism in the circle. So we have established this branch here. One may wonder, why have you moved out of the barracks and come here? The barracks is ours. We like it so much. We like the UPDF leadership to give us. But we think if we happen to bring it closer, there is a way to also improve the services to members. Because here, the member is free to move with his sleeve inner and his sleeveless and enter here and transact business without being asked to get who are you, where are you coming from, Jibali Kowapi, and then they can get the services here very well. We have done it in other places and we have seen it works. So bringing services closer to members of Wazalendo Circle is our top priority. We want members to get quality services, fast-class services. We want to have professionalism in the circle. So Nakasongola branch has been a network branch. It has been there for so long, but this time we have decided to elevate it to a cash branch. A cash branch means the member will come and get all the services here. Previously, they have been going to the units, they pack signs for them, they go, the manager does all he does, and with the loan officer, and then they go with the loan money maybe from Post Bank or anywhere. But now, after they pack signing for you, member will just come here and they withdraw their money and go invest it. So this is going to be convenience. We are happy with the leadership of the Circle to have this fulfilled. This is your branch. Like Afande CEO was telling you, take keen interest of whatever is going on here. Don't say, that is Wazalendo Circle, it has its own CEO, it has its own board, they're the ones supposed to do this. The branch is yours. Always visit, always being visited. Find out what is going on. Are the members being served well? Own up this branch because it is really yours. So, before I conclude, I would like to thank the UPDF leadership for the support they have given Wazalendo Circle and us, everyone. They started the circle, some of us came on much later, joined the army much later, when the circle was even established. But here we are now, we are enjoying the fruits of our forefathers, the fruits of the UPDF leadership in general. I would like to thank them so much for always guiding us, for always being with us, because whenever we write to them, because we need something, they don't delay our what? They don't delay replying to us. They don't say, go ahead please, go ahead. If you want to go to Somalia, we meet members. We write to them, we want to go and meet members, talk to them about this. The Wazalendo Circle, update them on the progress of their circle. They will say, please go on. They organize for us flights, we go there. So, UPDF has been very good to us. We want to thank you, sir, for that support. To end here, thank you so much.
Very important day for the army and the country. I hope all of you know. We are celebrating Tarehe Sita. Tarehe Sita, I know those of you who don't know the Swahili meaning. Tarehe Sita is the 6th of February. 6th of February, that's what it means in Swahili. But in line with the UPDF, Tarehe Sita means 6th of February 1981. When the struggle to liberate this country was launched by 27 armed, courageous people. Armed with only 27 guns, but armed with a superior ideology of ensuring peace, of a disciplined army, and eventually the fruits of liberation are being realized. One of those fruits is economic development. Wazalendo is talking of trillions of shillings. Wazalendo from savings. So 1.4 trillion worth assets. Now the economy of the whole country in 1986 was 2 billion. Imagine. So in just a period of roughly 40 years from then, you're having an entity in the country, the armed forces, talking of 1.4 trillion shillings. These are the gains we're talking about. The other very important gain that all of us should think about today from that brave act is peace and security. You saw the chairman LC1 here, he was saying, relax, security hapa. We love that. We feel good when we hear that. Because on this very day also, we celebrate our strategic relationship with the people. Because from 1981, this army that you see here became a people's army. The army provided intelligence, they provided food at their own volition. They provided shelter for clandestine workers, etc. And they provided recruits. So today we remember that day. We remember the heroism, the courage of our troops, of those who started. So we should never forget them. Now, on this very important day, the celebrations are going on in Kabale, and most of our colleagues are there. But countrywide, we have so many activities to commemorate the Army Week, where we work with civilians, celebrate our strategic relations with the people. Our strategic and aid is talking about expanding the membership of the SACCO to include our families, to include, maybe as you discuss in your areas, you would have limited expansion to cater for other aspects to cement our relationship with the people. I'm happy that you're talking of generations. Now, when we talk of peace and security, I'm sure most of you are of age. Remember that Uganda was one of the biggest suppliers of refugees to other countries. Also, which part of the country do you come from?
I come from
From?
I come from
Teso. Now, especially these border areas like West Nile, like, you find herds of people going. Now, Uganda has transformed from being one of the biggest contributors of refugees outside, one of the biggest refugee hosting countries. And it's acclaimed in the UN. Refugees that flock to Uganda are so many. The population of this country was around 12 million. We are now talking of 50 million growth. So it must not be my mistake. So today is a very, very important day, and I'm very happy that you people of Wazalendo have commemorated it with this function, especially in Nakasongola. So thank you very much. I was invited to attend the function in Kabale, but when the operations person called me, but I'm happy to celebrate with the mayor and the LC1 who have promised me that security is good. Now, I was one of the earlier mobilizers of Wazalendo SACCO in 2005. Because that time, the UPDF introduced command-driven. They called it command-led. Yes, command-led. Now The UPDF leadership tasked the commanding officers to mobilize units. Said you cannot leave this. Have flown through the window. And as Buha said, Buha is one of the enduring members of this army. I remember him, Mukireine, Mukireine who died. I remember Yugo Nata. Then there were the other, these were young people, but I think were professionally centered to really support and drive the circle. So they have kept the old gene. So I'm happy that really, when I saw you here, I said, oh boy, you are still alive. I was happy that you're still around. Now, what you are saying is true. We had issues. Loan sharks, those who wanted to exploit the soldiers. Accessing credit in the banks. They told us that we were high risk. I remember. You just go to get a loan, they tell you, no, you are high risk. First get a letter from somewhere. These days, they are pulling us. When I went to get a loan, I went to the commercial bank. And they said, you hurry, we shall give you even tomorrow. But I was chased by their interest rate. So I went to Wazalendo, I got it in one day. That one is my weakness. One day, no humiliation, decency. I really felt good because 2005 to date, it's just 21 years. 21 years when we are mobilizing. Now 21 years later, I've been able to benefit from the fruits of the mobilization. And there were so many doubting Thomases, as usual. But at least the critical mass was there to mobilize for this very important welfare function. From the commander on the top, from the CDF down, very, very important. I know the discussions we had in these retreats, call them what? AGM. In the AGMs, the languages these delegates will be now the members of God, the languages they will be using to campaign. It was such a very warm, always warm occasion. So the commanders for over these years and the CEOs of Wazalendo over the years for their steadfastness in ensuring that this very important welfare function works. I want to thank the President of PEN. Now they are sleeping on the job. So asante sana.
Thank you, sir.
I wish you all the best.
Sisi tuko tayari.
Moto wawaka mama ye moto wawaka.
Moto wawaka mama, moto wawaka.
Moto wawaka mama ye moto wawaka.
Moto wawaka mama, moto wawaka.
Moto kuluwaka moto
Wawaka,
moto upendo moto kuluwaka hapa moto upendo moto kuliwaka Luwero moto upendo moto wawaka mama moto wawaka
moto wawaka mama,
moto wawaka mama moto
wawaka mama, moto wawaka.
moto kuliwaka Kasese
Wawaka, wawaka, wawaka,
moto kuliwaka Msheni
wawaka,
moto upendo
wawaka, moto
moto
wawaka, moto
moto kuliwaka Mbarara
wawaka,
moto kweli, moto uliowaka Masaka, moto kweli, moto uliowaka Katonga, moto kweli, moto wawaka mama, moto wawaka, moto wawaka mama, moto wawaka. Kibonge cha nini vijana walihamia msituni? Kibonge cha nini vijana walihamia msituni? Kibonge cha nini vijana walihamia msituni? Kibonge cha nini vijana walihamia msituni mama? Aha, nyaanza. Sasa nyinyi, today is tarehe 6. We are launching this function, but this is a very, very historical day for us. Okay? Kweli, 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 mapambano yataendelea hadi Uganda itakayokombolewa kweli. Chama chetu Chiwembe, 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 tawanyoa wale wabaya, waizi wote. Chiwembe tawanyoa, Chiwembe, Chiwembe tawanyoa